guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jamie and today I'm going to talk about some underrated makeup products. So some YouTubers or some beauty vloggers might have talked about these products, but I really feel like they deserve a lot more hype, so I really want to highlight them on my channel. The first product that I want to talk about is from the brand Number 7. Number 7 gets talked about quite frequently for their skincare, but I feel like their makeup is widely underrated. Number 7 makes my favorite loose setting powder. This is the Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. It's like $12 at Target. It comes with 0.7 ounces or 20 grams of product, and I absolutely love this powder. It's super flattering even on my dry skin, and it doesn't leave any sort of flashback. I've used it on myself and my friends with more oily skin, and it helps maintain their oils as well. And I find that when I use this, it doesn't make my skin look really cakey or powdery, and it's super flattering and does a great job in setting my makeup long term. Another product that I love from Number 7 is their bronzer. This is the bronzer in the shade Golden Sands, and it's also in my project pan for this year, so if you haven't seen that video, I'll have it linked up in the cards. But as you can tell, I've pretty much used up this entire bronzer. There's just a little product left on the sides. I love this bronzer, but I do have to say they need to expand their shade range because it doesn't really go deep enough for a lot of skin tones. But for my skin tone, I find that this shade, which I think is their lightest shade, is absolutely perfect. It doesn't have a too warm undertone, so it doesn't look orange on me. It's not too cool where it looks like I'm applying a contour on like my bronzer parts of my face. But I love this, and it has such a soft formula that it just feels so great on the skin, and it doesn't wear off, and it lasts such a long time. Some more face products that I think are overwhelmingly underrated are from ColourPop. ColourPop is well known for their Super Shock shadows as well as their eyeshadow palettes, but I feel like their pressed face products really don't get a lot of attention. So I have this palette with a few single shadows from ColourPop, but I also have a bronzer and a blush from them that I absolutely love. This blush is in the shade Rom-Com, and this bronzer is in the shade Spectacle. ColourPop often has their own BYOP or build your own palette sales, so that's when I built this one because I definitely want to try out more of their face shades, and I find they have such a nice formula. Blush is one of those things that fades off my skin almost immediately, but not with this one. I find that it's so pigmented, but not too pigmented where I look like a clown, but it lasts a really long time, and they have such a good array of bronzers that I found one that's the perfect undertone for my skin. I definitely plan on using this palette more to travel because I have two face shades and I can just use an eyeshadow as a highlighter, so it's all in one, but I feel like people need to talk about their pressed powder products more often because they are so good, and ColourPop is such an affordable brand, and they usually have coupons with a lot of influencers, and they also have sales like the Build Your Own Palette one, which I think I got this and all the single shadows for like $30 something, which was such a good deal, and I'm so happy that I'm trying out more of their products. Another product that I think is underrated is from Essence. Essence is one of my favorite drugstore brands, and they're pretty affordable. So one of the products that I love from them is their Metal Shock eyeshadow. I don't think this is a dupe for Stila's Glitter and Glows because the Stila Glitter and Glows are just that. They're glitters. But this one is a shimmery metallic eyeshadow. I have mine in this shade. Does it say it on here? I have mine in the shade Second to Mars, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's like a pretty rose gold shade, but it's not really rose gold. It's like a pretty pinky gold shade. It's absolutely stunning, and I love pairing this with warmer tone eye looks. I find that these last a pretty decent long time. They're not the most long-lasting liquid shadows that I have, but for like $4.99, they last all the time. I wore this to a concert, and I got so many compliments on my eyeshadow look, and it held up through the heat and the sweat and the dancing and the singing. So I highly recommend these. They have a pretty decent shade range. I wish they would expand more, but if you find a color that you like, I totally recommend picking these up. Speaking of eyeshadow products, or eye products, I feel like out of all of Fenty Beauty's products, their eyeshadow primer is so underrated. I've talked about this in previous videos, but I have really dry skin and oily eyelids. So I find that the moment that I place eyeshadow down without a primer, it creases and it fades instantaneously. I've tried a bunch of different eyeshadow primers, both high-end and from the drugstore, and I found that none of them compared to the Fenty Beauty one. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Primer in the shade Invisipink. I got it at Sephora when I was just on the hunt for the perfect eyeshadow primer, and I'm so glad I found this one. It's what I have under my shadow right now, and what I have under my shadow on an everyday basis. It's a pretty much translucent color, so once you apply it, it looks pink, but once you blend it out, it's see-through. And I like the fact that it does that because I tend to like translucent eye primers on my skin tone personally. This does require a bit of a learning curve to work with because you have to make sure that you're letting it dry enough, because otherwise if you go right on top with your shadow will stick to the tacky parts of the primer. If you apply too much, it just goops up on itself. But once you get over that learning curve, this is the best eyeshadow primer I've ever tried. It keeps my shadows lasting for hours and hours and hours on end, which is something I've never had happen to me. I can put my eyeshadow on at 8 o'clock in the morning and still have it on at 10 o'clock at night, which is sometimes the hours that I work at work. If I want to put on makeup, I want to make sure that it lasts through my entire shift. So I absolutely love this primer, and I feel like out of all of Fenty's products, this one needs to be talked about more. A product that was kind of gimmicky and had a lot of attention on YouTube were the Ciate London Glitter Flips. But after everybody did their gimmick videos, they were never talked about again, and I just don't understand why. The whole premise of these lipsticks was that you applied a coat, you let it dry, and then you pressed your lips together and the glitter appeared, and it actually works. These lipsticks are so nice, and I think that the glitter effect just makes it even better. I do have to say that they occasionally will bleed outside of my lip line, but if I wear a lip liner, I find that it's not a problem. My friends and I still use our glitter flips on a regular basis, and I love this when I go out for special occasions. I wore this one in the shade Forbidden to a holiday party, and it was so pretty because it had that pretty red color with a hint of glitter. I think these are discounted on Sephora, so I wonder if they're discontinuing them, but they are so cool. They're such a unique product, and I really wish people would do stuff that, yeah, it's gimmicky, but it's also a great lipstick. One of my favorite lipstick formulas, hands down, is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain. I feel like the Sephora collection as a brand is overall underrated, but these lipsticks are the best thing that they sell. I have 5 of them here, and I plan on buying more colors, but as you can tell, I really like their nude range because I feel like nudes especially, I want one that lasts from morning to night, and this lipstick does that. It dries down to be a matte finish, but I find that it's really not uncomfortable or drying at all, and they have such a good shade range. Also, this does not fade when you eat or drink, which even if I have pizza, my lipstick will still be on. I've worn this and not even touched it up a single time. When I was in my friend's wedding, we all wore Sephora liquid lipsticks, and they lasted from getting ready in the morning to finishing up dancing at night. I can swatch some of my favorite colors and the colors that I have because I think this formula is so good. The only thing about this formula is that the Sephora brand is not cruelty-free, so if you do buy cruelty-free makeup, this wouldn't be for you. But this is the shade 23. I also have the shade number 40, which is a little bit more nude, but I absolutely love it. That's pretty much my everyday nude that I go for. I have this really pretty vibrant pink in the shade number 38. I have this dark vampy color, which I love it in the vampy color because it does last so long that I find that it doesn't leave that cracking in the middle where you can see your natural lip. This is in the shade number 27. And the last one that I have is in the shade number 13, which is my favorite of all of them. It's this really pretty mauve tone. So I absolutely love the Sephora Collection liquid lipstick, and I think if you're in the market for a liquid lipstick that's long lasting but not really drying, you should look into the Sephora ones. Another lip product that I want to talk about are the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip glosses. I feel like the Anastasia lip products, especially the liquid lipsticks, are well known and they're usually well liked. They're not my personal favorite formula because I find that they're a little bit drying and they don't hold up well after eating and drinking. But their lip glosses are so good. I'm wearing their I'm wearing their lip gloss right now in this shade Undressed, and it's a beautiful nude shade. And I also have the shade Saint Tropez, which is this pretty pinky rose color, and it kind of has a flip to it, but I feel like it just makes your lips look so luscious. So those are the 2 colors that I have down here, and I absolutely love this formula. If you don't like a pigmented lip gloss, you will not like the Anastasia formula because they are really opaque, but they're so comfortable. They're not especially sticky, so they don't have that gloopy feeling to your lips, but they do have enough stick to them where they last long term. I've worn Saint Tropez by itself to work, and it lasted through my entire 10-hour shift, and I didn't have to retouch it once. Which, for a lip gloss, that's pretty incredible. If you're looking for a pigmented lip gloss that's really going to last all day, you should definitely look at the Anastasia ones. And the last product that I want to talk about is from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is a grocery store, and they're known for being, pretty organic and healthy for you, and I think they originated in California. But they recently have a skincare line. Some of my friends use their tea tree oil makeup remover wipes, but because of my dry skin, that just would not work for me. But instead, I found another product from them that I absolutely love. This is the Trader Joe's Rose Water Facial Toner. It's a spray toner, it smells like roses, it's absolutely great. I find that even with my skin, this doesn't break me out, and the rose scent isn't overpowering enough. So I find that people with sensitive skin probably wouldn't have an issue with this. I love using this after my skincare routine when I want to tone my face, and I also use it throughout the day to hydrate and refresh my makeup. I absolutely love this, and if you're at Trader Joe's, you might want to take a look at their skincare stuff because they have such hidden gems. So those are some of the underrated makeup products in my collection. I hope you found something that you might want to try that doesn't really get enough hype here on YouTube. What are your favorite underrated products that you wish more people talked about? I'd love if you let me know down below. If you like this video, I hope you'd consider subscribing for new videos weekly, and I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching!